It's interesting the last 2 years being in a different role with the group of seniors I've had, and they've endured a lot. Especially Chin and Jourdan and Caroline. They went through a coaching change. They went through a lot of adversity, and they stuck with it and made the most of it. Jayme Jackson is there too. She was one of my first signees when I got here. Came on a wing and a prayer and said, "Look, help us rebuild this thing," and that's what they've all done. It's when they were first recruited here. It's funny, we were winning championships and going to the NCAA tournament. Things didn't turn out that way for them, but they gave me their best, and especially the last 2 years. But I think they did it the entire 4 years that they've been here. And if you look at what they've all endured, they literally gave me their best, and that's all I could ask of them. And I know they appreciate the fans, so it's a great segue into fan appreciation and Senior Day. I know the fans have appreciated them, and for me personally, I just can't thank them enough. There's not any words that I could put in to say, thanks, guys. I mean, it's just not. What they've done and what they've endured, and they've made the most of everything, and they've loved it here. They really have, and they've been great ambassadors on and off the court. And I couldn't ask for anything more from them.
What is like a Caroline Durbin Media program?
It's funny, and I was telling some of the underclassmen this. I mean, she didn't play at all her freshman year. Played very minimal her sophomore year. She got in there a little bit, but not much. And, then they go through a coaching change. And then I said, well, by the way, Caroline, you have to be our leading scorer. And, you talk about a kid that really flourished. Last year her and Portia Torrance were phenomenal. And, again, Caroline was a kid that didn't play and score that much to do what she did last year. It's in her. This year she hasn't scored as much, but she hasn't really needed to in terms of the other players helping her out. It hasn't been, Caroline, we're all getting on your back and enjoy the ride. So I think she's been a little bit better and happier with that. But, you talk about making the most of an opportunity, and boy, she has, and she's done well.
And I guess what's the importance of beating Air Force, heading into the tournament, with a couple of wins under your belt?
Well, you always want to win on Senior Day. You always want to win at home because we've got phenomenal fans. And going into the conference tournament, you always want to get a win and get some momentum. I mean, once we get to Vegas, nothing's easy, and it's not going to be. But first things first, Air Force is tough, and they played a tough game against us out there. We only won by, I think, 3 or 4. They made it very difficult, and that's not going to change tomorrow. They're going to play as hard as they can. They'll hit shots. They'll run on offense. They'll press. They'll do a lot of different things to make it difficult for us. So they're not easy, and they're a very difficult team to prepare for, and they're a very difficult team to play. They're well coached, and they play hard. And, we've got to match their intensity and just execute.
How about the importance of the win on getting the seeding, I guess, for the tournament?
4 or 5, it was going to be either or. I think if we can beat Air Force, and again, that's a tall order, we'll probably be tied for 4th and then lose the tiebreaker to UNLV. But, once you get to the tournament, all bets are off. And you go in there, and that's your 3rd season. You're 0-0, and it's a 3-game season. And everybody's thinking that, not just us. I guarantee you all 9 teams are thinking, look, this is a new chance for us to get a win and do this, that, and the other. And that's our approach as well. But we've got one more before then. You cannot look ahead.